Slide 81, Lesson 5, Pronominal Suffixes. Pronominal suffix is just a fancy way of saying letters put on the end of words that tell us who we are talking to. So pronominal suffix tells us who we are talking to. If we're talking to you, or me, or him, or her, we put a word at the end, a letter or a number of letters at the end of the word. That's why it's called a suffix. It's at the end, and it's pronominal. It's a pronoun. It's denoting somebody's who we're talking to. So let's have a look at an example. Now, if you've sung some messianic type songs, you may know some Hebrew words already. Adon means Lord, and Adonai means my Lord, and Adonenu means our Lord. Our Lord. So we have the basic word Adon, and then we add different endings to mean from Lord, Adon, to my Lord, Adonai, and our Lord, Adonenu. Same word Adon, just with a suffix on the end, a pronominal suffix. So let's have a look at an example. Gadol, that means great, sometimes translated high, depending on context. You might remember the Kohen Gadol, that's the head Kohen or the head priest or the high priest. Gadol just means great, and sometimes it's translated high, as in high priest. Gadol Adonenu, great is Lord ours, great is our Lord. Gadol Adonenu, great is our Lord. Gadol Adonenu. Another example, you may be familiar with the word for God in Hebrew, Elohim, which is a plural of the word El, which is related to being great also. Elohim, God. And if we want to say our God, we say Eloheinu. So Elohim becomes Eloheinu. And here's an example here. Yahweh, Eloheinu, Debir Aleinu. Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yahweh our God, Eloheinu, Debir Aleinu, spoke, Debir Aleinu, to us. Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh our God, Debir Aleinu, spoke to us. So we can see the nu here means us. We can see it, or ours. So that is a pronominal suffix, this nu thing that we add to the word, to the noun. Okay, another example. You may be familiar with the word for commandment. It's mitzvah. Mitzvah. Commandment. And if we want to say the plural, mitzvot, commandments, we change the ending to an ot ending. So that's a plural. So we've changed the ending here. And if I want to say his commandments, I say mitzvotav. Mitzvotav. So if I want to say his commandments, I just put the pronominal suffix av at the end of mitzvot, and it becomes mitzvotav, his commandments. So here's an example. Ul shomrei mitzvotav. Ul shomrei mitzvotav. And keep his commandments. And keep his commandments. Ul shomrei mitzvotav. And keep his commandments. So we've just added a vav there to mitzvot, and it becomes mitzvotav, his commandments. Okay, another example. You may be familiar with the word ben, which means son. Yeshua is ha-ben Elohim. He's the Son of God. Ben means son. You may be familiar with the word Benjamin, which means son of my right hand, Benjamin. His mother wanted to call him Ben only, son of my troubles. Ben means son. And if I want to say my son, or sons, it's B'nai. B'nai, sons. And if I want to say your son, I say Banecha. Banecha, thy sons. Your son, thy sons. Banecha, your sons. And if I want to say woman, the word for woman is Isha, or wife. Isha. And if I say your wife in Hebrew, I say Ishtecha. Ishtecha, thy wife, your wife. Ishtecha. Ishtecha. So let's have a look at an example. Ata uvanecha ve'ishtecha. Ata, that means you. The u here, the vav, the shurich, the vav with a dot in it, means u. That means and. Uvanecha, and thy sons, and your sons. Uvanecha. Notice that there's no dot in here, so it's not banecha, it's vanecha. Okay, this happens a lot in Hebrew, that sometimes the letters have a hard sound or a soft sound. Again, that's in a previous lesson, but you just need to watch out for that. So this says u vanecha. It doesn't say va banecha or va vanecha. It says u vanecha, and thy sons. Ve'ishtecha. Ve'ishtecha, and your wives. Okay, and thy wife. Thou and thy sons and thy wife. This is God speaking to Noah in Genesis chapter 6. Ata uvanecha ve'ishtecha, thou and thy sons and thy wife. So this is a little bit of a introduction to pronominal suffixes. That's these little things in blue that are added to the end of names to say thy son, thy wife, etc., etc.